All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Diego, and in today's video, we're revisiting a very, very old topic. I haven't made a gastritis video in about 6 years, but so many people keep asking me questions about gastritis, how to heal it, on all my different videos, regardless of what they're about. So I figured it'd be a good time right now to recap how I've been doing and how I can help you folks heal gastritis based on my experience. All right, so how I've been doing. I've been doing great since the last time I had gastritis, which was almost about 5 years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some times where maybe I eat way too much bad food, or I've been drinking out the night before, or, hey, I've been sick and I've had to take some Advil. Those are all things that can potentially reflare gastritis, if you will. So definitely make sure that you stay away from those things. But all in all, I would say I've kept everything pretty low key. My stomach has been totally fine since then, with the occasional, maybe just like I said, indigestion, things like that. Now, probably the part that you folks are most interested in is how did I heal the gastritis? How did I get over it? Number one thing I would say, and not here to shill you out any pills, but definitely like a difference maker that I saw was these probiotics. I pointed this out in my original video. I still take these to this day. You can hear I still have them. These are from Code Age, and they are a soil-based probiotic. I really felt like this made a difference, not only in just kind of keeping me regular with like bowel movements and things like that, but also just overall well-being. If you are interested in these, I do have a link below in my description. You do get a discount through ordering through that link. But that said, you don't have to buy these. Go out and find yourself a probiotic that works. I recommend soil-based, so you can go to any sort of website and find a soil-based probiotic. But these I found just kind of work the best for me, and you do get a discount, so there's that. Another thing that I felt like was really important getting rid of the gastritis was to cure or ease my anxiety, right? Because when I was worried about things or I was stressed out, that really, really made things worse. If you ever notice, like when you have to do something that you're not used to doing, like maybe going up on stage to speak or public speaking, something like that, you get kind of those butterflies in your stomach. Well, picture that all day long, right? When you have gastritis, you just don't feel good. Anything that you have to do feels like a chore above and beyond because you're so tired and not feeling well. And so those gastric juices start to move around in there and you just don't feel good. So I found that really kind of calming my anxiety and just chilling out really worked wonders, and also getting enough sleep. And to do that, I would definitely recommend trying out some CBD products to kind of mellow you out at night. Definitely take some magnesium supplements at night as well. Those will definitely help you sleep through the night and kind of also help you cure the gastritis. And if you're working some sort of stressful job, if you have a stressful situation in your life, I know not everyone can quit like I did at that time, right? Like I had a really stressful job that was causing me to constantly stress and worry. And I ended up leaving that job, which I think was also a reason that helped me overcome gastritis. I know not everyone can do that, but do your best to kind of calm your anxiety. I don't know if you're into kind of medicinal stuff, but there are some great avenues to kind of help chill you out, if you will. If you're not into that, CBD also works great, but definitely try to calm down the anxiety. It's a difference maker for sure. All right, so another thing that I would say I did or maybe didn't do was take the antacid or the PPI that the doctor prescribed. Now on YouTube, again, I really have to put my hand up and say, hey, I am not a doctor. This is just what I did. This was not prescribed to me, but the doctor ended up prescribing me an antacid. And the idea with that is that you don't keep dumping acid on kind of like the open wound per se you have in your stomach, the gastritis. But all that did was make me feel worse. I felt worse and worse every single day taking it. And I found that if I just kind of like didn't at all, I felt a lot better. So I did not take the PPI. I know doctors recommend to do it. But if you do your research, there's a lot of online forums you can find. There's more and more people just not taking it. And by the way, like, again, this is just my research. Those pills end up having a lot more side effects than they do benefits. So do what you will, but I did not take it. And that was, I felt like a crucial part of recovery as well. Okay, another crucial thing that I feel like will definitely help is staying away from like prepackaged foods, anything like processed, fast foods, anything you can pretty much find at like 7-Eleven, just don't eat it. You're going to want to stick to whole foods. There's a misconception that like meat is bad for you, anything like I I don't believe in that at all. So just stick to whole foods, right? So meats, chickens, right? Like eat the perimeter of the grocery store is what I found definitely works. So just again, whole food meals. And I also did intermittent fasting. So think of your stomach essentially. When you have gastritis, it's almost like an open wound. And if you keep peeling off the Band-Aid every hour, the wound's not going to heal. It's going to keep ripping, right? So what I thought is that, hey, if I only eat within a certain window of the day, I'm going to give my stomach the time to basically heal during those other hours. So I basically ate within an 8-hour window that day. I would fast from like 5 at night till whatever time in the next day. Usually it was probably around, I think, like 12 or 1 o'clock. And then I would just have, again, a whole meal. Stick to water, no carbonated, no juices, nothing like that. There are some teas that are beneficial, but again, I was just sticking to water. And I did really feel like intermittent fasting had a huge impact along with eating those whole foods and just basically avoiding, alcohol, fast food, sugar, all the bad stuff that we should be avoiding anyway. Okay, and probably the last and very important thing I would say is to make sure you're being active. I know that a lot of times when you're not feeling well, it's just very, very easy to stay home, lay in bed, stay on the couch, watch shows, kind of feel bad for yourself. And I definitely did that at first, so you're not alone. But what I would say is definitely try to get a little bit outside your comfort zone, even if it's gonna hurt or not feel the best. It is just better for your overall mind and body to get out and just be active. And so what I started to do was just go out for walks. I would go out and walk my neighborhood about 30 minutes a day just for the first few weeks to start, because I just again, didn't feel good. I couldn't lift weights. I just was so in pain. And after a while, I felt better. I looked forward to the walks. I got fresh air, the sunlight, vitamin D, right? It was great. Then I started to go to do some more yoga-based classes. So do yoga, I would do the walking. Then I started to incorporate some lifting. And over time, I just felt better and better and better. So I know you're not feeling great right now, but definitely push yourself. But yeah, that's what I would say is definitely try to be as active as possible. I would be remiss if I didn't mention to definitely check in with a doctor, right? Don't just go off of YouTube advice. You don't know what could be going on, right? I knew that I had gastritis because I got it diagnosed. I went to a doctor, I got an endoscopy, a colonoscopy. So pretty much tube down here, up there, right? And so they determined that that's what it was. But it may be something different for you. Don't just automatically think from searching, WebMD or whatever it might be, that you actually have gastritis. Actually get it confirmed by a doctor and find a really good one. I would try to stick to maybe a holistic doctor or something like that. And use your gut, use your instinct. If you don't really trust what they're saying to you, get a second opinion. I did that, right? So I went to the doctor the first one, and I think if you guys have watched my first video, they put me on antidepressants. They thought I was just depressed. And I was like, what? Why are you giving me these pills? So I went and saw another doctor, and he's like, I can't believe they did that to you. He's like, let's put you in for some tests. And through those tests, I found out that I had the gastritis. So again, use your gut. Don't just take the first thing that you hear as gospel, right? You want to do your research here and really figure out what's going on with you before you can start a treatment program. If you have been diagnosed, all the steps that I mentioned before are going to be crucial. Okay, so to recap, again, first things first, I would say definitely get on a probiotic. Also a multivitamin, right? You're going to want to supplement to get some B12 to kind of keep your energy up. You can find those both, again, on CodeAge, get a discount from ordering, or just go to your local store, go to Amazon, wherever you want to find these things. But just do yourself a favor and start supplementing, because again, when you have gastritis, your body just isn't absorbing things the way that it should. The second thing, obviously, is going to be going and getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, and calming that anxiety down. You don't want to be anxious. You don't want to be stressed or worrying. That just makes things so much worse, and you're not going to get out of it. Most people will just start Googling their symptoms at night and think that they have something even crazier than they do. I've definitely fell victim to that, so don't do what I did. Just try to relax, read a book, go for walks, get your mind off of gastritis and any sort of stress that you have in your life. And then diet and exercise, huge factors in helping yourself heal, right? The body needs to be active, it needs to move, it needs the proper nutrition to heal itself. When you think about gastritis as a whole, it's basically your stomach has an open wound. And when you're pouring horrible stuff on it, it's just gonna keep that wound open for longer, right? So definitely make sure that you're putting the right things in your body. No more alcohol, no more sugary drinks, no more sodas, nothing carbonated, anything like that. I just stuck to water. Hopefully you do too. All right, guys, that's the video. Leave all your comments below. I do answer comments, so if you have a question about anything to do with gastritis, I'll happily help you. Just drop your comment below. If you learned something today or this helped you out, make sure you like the video and subscribe. If this video does enough views or gets enough attention, I'll keep putting out more gastritis content because it seems like that's what you guys want. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Diego out. See ya.